Good
Grand
morning.
Rising. How we doing? Grand Rising, everybody.
Good morning.
How's
Good morning.
Grand Rising? Grand Rising. How is everybody doing? Gabrielle, how are you? Grand Rising.
Good. How are you?
Good. Olympia, Queen, how are you? Grand Rising, everybody. Come on. Grand Rising, Queen. How is everybody doing? April, I see you, Queen. How is everybody doing? Jacqueline, what's going on, Queen? Grand Rising, everybody. How is everybody feeling this morning? Go ahead and drop that one word in the chat. How is everybody feeling? Queen Lisa, I see you. Queen Shakole, front and center, I see you. Grand Rising, King Reginald. Grand Rising, everybody. How is everybody doing on this beautiful Wednesday? Matter of fact, this is a welcoming Wednesday, y'all. I want to welcome everybody to day three, right? And one thing about welcoming everybody on this welcoming Wednesday, I want you to understand and know that the right doors are opening for you. As a matter of fact, I want you to put that in the chat. The right doors are opening for me because this is a welcoming Wednesday. Go ahead and put it in the chat. I want to see it. We're going to get this energy going immediately. So if you were still sleepy, if you're still tired, if you got your camera off, you might as well turn it on, roll over, get the coal out your eyes. Let's go. This is a different kind of hump day today. Let's go, everybody. We doing this hump day a little bit different today. This is a welcoming Wednesday. And you need to put in the chat that the right doors are opening for me. And it's also a winning Wednesday. Do you understand? It is a winning Wednesday because you have everything inside you already to be successful. I need you to understand that. Put it in the chat. Go ahead and put it in the chat. Yeah, y'all working on fingers early today, right now. I'm winning. Go ahead and put it in the chat. I have everything in me to be successful. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, but today. And if you know anything about sunshine, I don't spell today Today. It's Tuhday. Today. Let's go. But the most important one that's coming on my spirit more so than anything else is this is a worthy Wednesday. I need you to understand how worthy you are. And I want you to put that in the chat. I am worthy. And the thing that you need to remember more than anything else is that nobody needs you more than you. Nobody needs you more than you. So I need you to show up for yourself through and through, completely, all day, every day. Did y'all hear that? I just want to make sure that y'all hear that. Okay, because I'm gonna get out the way because it's time for this mindset thing to get going. I'm just here to warm you up a little bit. I'm sunshine. I'm just here to warm you up just a little bit, but we're gonna get this mindset going. So I need everybody to drop the word mindset in all caps because we don't do nothing little in here. I need mindset to be in all caps because this king, this phenomenal coach crew, king crew, our mindset mogul is gonna come in here and set this room on fire in the way that only he can. He is truly walking in his divine purpose. And if you don't know that, you're going to find out today. How do I spell today? Go ahead and put it in the chat. Y'all seen it on day one and day two, but you get the feeling. There's an energy that runs through here that cannot be denied. All right. And if you are on board with us and if you understand what's going on in here, put again mindset in the chat, all caps. And right now, because you are being welcomed today, because the right doors are opening for you, because you are winning on this Wednesday, because you have everything you need inside you to be successful, and because you are worthy, you are absolutely worthy of everything that you want, and you have everything that you need. Okay. And nobody needs you more than you. I need you to come off mute and I need you to give it up for yourself first and foremost, and for our mindset mogul, our king crew. I need to hear it, y'all. Let's go. Everybody come off mute. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's
Let's
go.
go.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's
All
go.
right.
Let's
Yes,
go.
yes. I'm worthy.
Got it.
Yes.
Worthy.
Am a
Let's go. Let's
movement.
go.
I am
Right.
ready.
Hey, I am winning.
Right.
Yay for me. Clap it up for me.
Yes.
Yes.
Lord.
Yes.
Get it.
That's it.
Worthy
We all
Wednesday.
worthy, family.
You're winner.
Yes, yes, yes.
Get
Have
it.
selected me.
Mm.
Go, everybody. Where that mindset
Put it
at?
in your trunk.
Not the trunk.
Oh,
Mindset, where you at?
Yeah. I'm here. I'm here.
I hear him. I
Can
hear
you
him.
hear me? Can y'all hear me clearly?
Yep.
Oh, y'all can hear me.
Him.
yes,
All right.
yes.
So
Go ahead and unmute now so we can hear you for real.
there we
There you
go.
go.
Turn me up. Turn me up. Turn me up. All right. Today is a good day for a great day. Let me know in the chat if today is a good day for a great day. Let me know in the chat. If today is a good day for a great day, let me know in the chat. Look, I know we got the best of the best, the top of the top, the cream of the crop. I know. I know it's you. Look, when I call your name out, I want you to put the trophy emoji in the chat. I'm telling you right now, on the way to the bank, you have to become the most valuable participant, the MVP. You are the showstopper. You are the show itself. Look, when I call your name out, put the trophy emoji in the chat. Gabrielle, what's going on? What's going on? How we feeling? Bright and pink today, ready to go. What's going on, Leslie? How we feeling? What's happening? Good day, Jacqueline. Good day. Look, when I call your name out, put the trophy emoji in the chat. You are abundant. Claim your abundance. Olympia, it's good to see you. Let's go. Elijah, what's up? What's happening? How we feeling? Tanya, what's going on? Toya, I feel like DMX in the 90s. But look, it's okay. We're going to keep going. I'm going to keep calling the names out. What's going on? April, Gloria, who else we got? We got Shakol. Shout out to Shakol. Who else is in the building? Saeed. My guy, what's happening? Reginald, what's going on? Look, if I didn't call your name out, that doesn't mean that you aren't the MVP. It's just time constraints. Just know that you are the MVP. It doesn't matter about what I say. It matters about what you say and what you think. And I know you're the best of the best. So if you are, once again, snap it up and clap it up for you. Snap it up and clap it up for you. All right, cool. So first of all, I want to say this. How impactful was yesterday? I'm talking about from the beginning to the night. How impactful was it? Did you know that you will be on a call, maybe shedding tears? Did you know? Did you know? Because some people might say, what does this have to do with money? Like, I'm here to get money. If you were saying that, put a one in the chat. If you was like, I don't understand what this got to do with the program. I'm like, I'm here to get money. Let me know. Put a one in the chat. That was you. If you didn't know that this was going on, but you enjoyed it, you said, wait a minute, I can see something there. I got a breakthrough. Put a two in the chat. Put a two in the chat. Put a two in the chat. So raise your virtual hand. I want to go around really fast. Maybe 5 minutes. We can put the timer on the clock, and we can get ready to go. But about 5 minutes or so, I want to get your take from yesterday. If you got a breakthrough, if you got a download, what was it? Remember, we asked you on Monday, what are you giving yourself permission to do? Tuesday, we said let's follow up on it. Today, I want to hear, have you stepped into it? Are you popping like popcorn? Has anything resonated with you so far? Before we can get our money right, we must get the mind right. So let's go to the first hand that we see. Let's get the first hand up.
Queen Jacqueline, come
What?
talk to us.
What? Oh, we got Jacqueline up here. Okay, good. What's
Hello.
up, Jacqueline?
Oh, I feel really good.
Tell us how you feel. Come on, let us in a little bit.
Alrighty. I feel so good. Yesterday was a transformation for me, like extreme transformation, confirmation for me. I'm one of the ones that really got extremely emotional. I just couldn't talk to you guys because I couldn't get through for some reason. But that meditation was amazing. It was confirmation. I saw God in my meditation. I actually transformed when I walked through the room. I was who I was before. When I came out of the room, I was my future self and I stayed there. I am my future self. I am in the present right now. And God confirmed that He got me. He showed me everything that I've been asking for. I just know that this is it. This is
Look,
it.
if God got you, somebody put God got me in the chat. Look, that's a little prompt, so I can take a little drink, so I can get some, quick drink real quick. All right, good. So absolutely good job, Jacqueline, because listen, I want to be so transparent with everybody. Everybody send some love in the chat for Jacqueline. Thank you, Jacqueline. We appreciate you.
Yeah, you
I
welcome.
want to send everybody so much love because what gives me the right to talk to you? Like the fact that you are open and you are willing to do the exercises and be coachable. Like I'm just a person just like you. I'm no different than you. But what gives me a special permission to be able to speak to you all? That's you. You give me the permission. So I want to say thank you to each and every one of you for being open and receptive to even these ideas, because a lot of people are closed off to the spiritual realm of finance. Like this is about being spiritual wealthy first. Somebody put spiritual wealth in the chat. Guided meditations has been around for years. Some of the most successful people use it. In fact, almost every successful person uses it, and we use it in the terms of creative visualization. So that's a tool that everybody can use. But once again, I want to thank you for trusting in me and allowing me to pour into you. Next person, let's bring the next person up. Who do we have?
Queen Janine, come talk to us, Queen.
Good morning. Good morning.
What's going on? I'm loving the frames. Let me hold some.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Man, yesterday, I'm on that path already. I wasn't expecting that from you, but I'm glad that it happened yesterday. When I went through the door, my higher self pretty much is telling me, you know what you need to do. All of it is yours. Just be consistent. My younger self is pleased with the process that I have taken on in connecting spiritually and pretty much being on the path. And my other self, I acknowledge that person, but I got it from here. I understand all the things that have happened in my life, why it happened. They were operating out of fear and pretty much just wanting to protect me. And I get it, but I got it from here.
Oh, somebody put I got it from here in the chat. That's a good bar. That's a good bar right there. Ownership. Somebody put I got it from here in the chat. Great job. Once again, look, this is your opportunity, Janine. This is your opportunity for you to show up. So we're here to help you and support you along the way. Just feel confident that whatever it is that you put your mind to, you'll get done. Just feel confident in that.
Absolutely.
All right, there we go. Send some love in the chat. Who do we have coming up next?
That's Queen Rebecca.
Oh, Rebecca, that's good because Rebecca wanted to speak on the live. Like Rebecca wanted to share her thoughts. So let's see if we can get some words from Rebecca.
Hey guys. Morning everybody. So yes, yesterday was more impactful. I mean, you probably understand, but it was more impactful exactly than I expected, because I've tried doing that before. And it was like when I got into the door, and it was before you even started, I had shut my eyes when you were kind of telling us to take a breath, all that type of stuff to like settle in. And I had already seen the door before you even said it. So I was like, man, where are we going? Where are we going with this? So anyway, you said it, we went in, and it was like, it was a whole different perspective this time, because the old higher self of me used to talk down to my younger self of not like, pretty much from like my family standpoint, if that makes sense, of like not being good enough, not being worthy, not being able to do what needs to be done. And this time, when I walked through the doors, it was my higher self showing me to give like emotional balance to my younger self, and like flooding my mind's eye with everything that has happened in my life that I not took for granted, but I kind of just like bypassed and made it seem like it wasn't a big deal. Like, okay, well, I went through that. That's nothing. But like not really understanding the shit that I've been through and what I overcame. So going through that whole mindset gave me the clarity to see it in a different light, knowing what I did was correct through the whole time. Like, yeah, there's always bumps and trials, tribulations through the whole thing, but I stood my ground, and it's just more to stay my ground now. Cause like I said before on the message yesterday, but like toxic family, you know, it gave me confirmation that it's okay to cut people out even after all this time. So thank you. That was very powerful yesterday.
Absolutely. And always remember, you don't have to totally cut people off and out, but there is a season for everyone. So this
Yes.
might not be the season for some of those people. It's fine. I used to tell my brothers this all the time. Like, so one of my brothers, like one who like put the battery in everybody's back to go out and be this type of individual here that you see on the screen. Like we were he was going after my other brother, like, because he was a little timid to get up here and speak and share his information. I always would tell him, bro, it's just not a season yet. Like, it's just not a season. Sometimes we're in that seeded season where, you know, we have to cultivate the roots and create that structure of belief. And then sometimes we're ready to just shake and break like leaves. And you can't judge the people that surround you because you might be on chapter 10 and they might be stuck on chapter 2. What you want to do is you want to get other people that's just like you or above where you're at and just work with them until the rest want to follow. And if they never follow, hey, there's no harm, no foul in it. You did what you need to do. So snap it up, clap it up for you, Rebecca, for having that awareness. And everybody send some love in the chat. Good job. Good
Thank
job.
you.
Next person. Next person.
Queen Shakole, come talk to us, love.
Shakole.
Good morning. Good morning. Yesterday was amazing. The meditation, everything from the beginning of this journey here is amazing. But yesterday, it took me from seeing where I'm supposed to be, the future self, looking at the younger self, and just like the young lady said, Rebecca said, remembering things that happened in the past that you just overlook because it's family, because it's like, oh, that's okay, that's who they are. But those words, them seeds are planted. And so it started to become spirits of rejection. And you start to believe that. So yesterday was amazing to see that it's okay to forgive yourself for letting others plant their beliefs on you. Have you ever had a job where you go through a performance review and they say, let me tell you who you are? And you're sitting up there like, wait a minute, how you gonna tell me? I know who I am. I know who I am. I know what I can do. So that yesterday was amazing that I've been through so many things. So many people have shared what they think I'm supposed to be, where they feel I'm supposed to be, not just for me, but even for my children. So it's a spirit of, it's a season of breaking. It's a season of breaking spirits, not just from me, but from my children as well, of generational. So it's not just me personally today, but it's to break the spirit going on for my children so they don't have to live that and knowing how to fight that when they hear it, knowing that they are good enough, that they are better, that they are worthy. They can have, they should have, you deserve to have, you will have. So I'm just in awe of this whole journey. Thank you.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Enjoy this journey because that's what it is. This is a journey. This is not a true destination. Even when you arrive, you still feel like, there's another level to go to. So welcome to the journey. Welcome to the community. Everybody send some love in the chat. Let's continue to go. Let's continue to roll. We have time for one more person, and then I have a video for you all.
Queen Sharonda, how are you, love?
Hold up. First of all, shout out to the VIPs, everybody who's a VIP, you know, the very important person. Shout out to okay, go ahead, Queen.
So I made a manifestation to myself in September 2024. And I just want to read it because I think this week has confirmed everything that I said to myself in September. And so my manifestation was, it is my divine right to do the work that I love in the way that honors my soul and my authentic self. I am aligned with my higher purpose, and I trust that everything I need to fulfill my mission will flow effortlessly to me. Opportunities, resources, and support are drawn to me, allowing me to serve the greater good with passion, integrity, and joy. I am divinely guided in all that I do, and I stand confidently in the truth of who I am, knowing that the universe is conspiring in my favor for the highest good. And I would say that this week has been fruition of the power of manifesting words that if you just use your voice, the universe will conspire to give you everything that you say. And so we have to be so mindful of the words we put out there, because it will come back to us in ways that we didn't expect if we're open, if we give ourselves permission, if we take off all the limits that our survival mode has put on us from childhood. And so I'm so grateful, so very grateful for you using your gift and everyone who's been in this community to just be pouring in, and I'm believing and inspiring that we're all gonna get there.
Yeah, clap it up, snap it up. Let's go, Sharonda. Let's go. No, we love that. We absolutely love that. And remember, everyone, this world, right? This universe is one world under sound. So it's just, it's one world from sound. So you create your world from sound. Never mind. I'm getting too deep or too early, right? Too deep. It's okay. It's okay. Everybody send some love to Sharonda in the chat. Let's continue to go. So we can't take any more hands at this time, but I do have a video to play. And when I play the video, I'll take the hand from there. So everybody can put their hands down now. Unless you can leave it up there, honestly, if you just want to be first up for the next part where we ask you to participate. But once again, welcome to your leadership call. I know people call us accountability, but I want y'all to think deeper than just accountability. I want you to think leadership. Somebody put leadership in the chat. Somebody put leadership in the chat. This is about leading whom? Like, think about it. If you have this, hold up, could y'all hear me without an echo? I think I hear echo. All right. So you have this opportunity. The opportunity is to lead yourself into a position of power. We always talk about the first person you need to lead is whom? Who's the first person you need to lead? There we go, myself. All right, good, good. So I just want everybody to realize you have a small window of time to be great. You have a small window of time. You ever get an opportunity, you ever get an idea, you get a download, you be like, that's a good idea. You know, I might do this. And then you don't do it 2 days later, 2 months later, 2 weeks later, 2 years later, what happens? Let me just show you how spiritual this is. We all got the same answer. What happens? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. You get an idea, you don't act on the idea, what happens? What happens? Put the answer in the chat. Some of us said stagnant. They said nada, nothing happens. But the unanimous answer that I'm seeing, it's not unanimous, but it's the most common answer. The most common answer that I'm seeing is someone else gets that download. Someone else gets that opportunity. Someone else does that idea. Someone else takes that vision. Don't be the person that sits on the sidelines and allows your dreams to die. When you go away and you transcend to that next level, you don't want the ghosts of your past standing around your bed talking about who they could have been, right? I don't want you to feel like you could have been somebody else when you could be somebody right now who you want to be. See, you only have a small window of opportunity to be great. When it comes to like athletes and championship runs, they usually have a 4-year window. When you get to that peak, you got a 4-year window. In business and opportunities of this nature, such as creating passive income, semi-passive income, it takes a little bit of work in the beginning, and it's going to take at least 3 to 4 years before you ascend to that next level, before you see fruits of your labor. We have to become more effective in less time. Let me know in the chat if that's accurate. Whatever took you 3 months to do, you now have to get it done in 3 days. Whatever it took you 2 weeks to do, you now got to get it done in 2 days, right? The idea is to become more effective in less time. And we already know that, but knowing means nothing. Yeah. Like when I was young on Friday nights, I don't know about you all, but on Friday nights, when my grandparents didn't feel like cooking, what did they do on Friday nights? Let me know if anybody know. Friday night, you probably got this trend in your family too. Friday night, it's eat out time. It's takeout. You ordering food, whatever the case may be. And the reason why is because after a long week, they feel weak. After a long week, and it's coming to the weekend, they might feel a little bit weakened. After long days, they might feel in a daze. So they want to become more effective in less time. They want to order. They don't feel like cleaning. They don't feel like doing the dishes. Don't feel like doing any of the other stuff. I just want to relax. Am I making sense or am I not making sense? Most of us want to do more and get less. Put your money goals in the chat. Somebody put the money goals in the chat. Put your money goals in the chat. How much do you want to collect monthly? How much do you want to collect yearly, daily, whatever it is for you? Just put the goal in the chat. Put it in the chitty. No. Let's do this organized. Okay, so just don't write out millionaire. Don't write out millionaire. Just put the exact number and tell us when. Monthly, daily, tell us when. Okay, there we go. 30K monthly, $10,000 weekly, 100K annually, 100K monthly. No less than what? 750,000, 50K monthly. Okay, good. Those are good. Those are good. All right, put what you currently make in the chat. Put what you currently collect. Some of us scared, like, I don't know if I want to put what I currently collect. Look, put what you currently collect in the chat. see, this is what I'm saying. Before like you get to where you want to be, you got to be honest about where you're at. You have to be honest about where you're at. See, some of us want $1 million lifestyle, but can't manage $100,000 lifestyle. Some of us want $100,000 a month, but can't manage $100 a day. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Am I talking to you? I could be. The point is, we have to prepare ourselves before we get the money right. We have to get the minds right. So now I want you to subtract what you currently collect from what you want to collect. We're doing a financial physical right now. I know a lot of us do the physicals. When we go to the doctor, hey, doc, tell me what's going on. You're the doctor. I want you to know that. You tell us what's going on. You tell you what's going on. What's that difference number? Subtract what you currently collect by what you want to collect as far as your money goals go. And then let us know what's the difference in the chat. 10K, 14K. Well, come on, man. I've seen a lot of y'all putting like, I've seen a lot of y'all putting $100,000 monthly. Now you mean to tell me $10,000 different? You making 90K right now? Let me know in chat. Okay, there we go. Now I see some differences. So the number that you have right now, as far as that difference, that's how much it's costing you to stay the same. See, it's all cool. It's all good to put the money goals in the chat. We know what we want. Yeah, we riled up for it. But what are you settling for? You know you're worth 50 million, but you're settling for 50,000. What? I say you know you're worth 50 million, but you're settling for 50,000. And some of us don't want change. We'll pray to God for all the things we don't want change. How much are you willing to invest in yourself? Let me know in the chat. How much are you willing to invest in yourself? Put it in the chat. How much are you willing to invest in yourself? Now I want to see it go. I want to see it go. You're doing too much thinking. Let's go. Don't put everything. Stop playing. Stop playing. You're playing games. It's about everything. You're not willing to risk everything. Like, let's stop it. Stop it. Good thought though. Good thought. All right, 15K. Come on, keep going. 10K, whatever limit. Okay, cool. But be honest though. Be honest. Be honest. Be honest. All in. All right, cool. 50,000. All right, cool. Be honest though. Be honest because you will get opportunities to put your money where your mouth is. That's what they used to say in the day, right? You will get an opportunity. This world is based upon frequency, based upon sound, based upon energy. So when you say this and you profess this, opportunities show up to you, you're going to have to do something about it. See, the thing is, if you don't do what you said you would do, you don't get what you said you wanted. That's the thing that we forget. So if you say you're ready to invest 5,000, 10,000, just think about it this way. You said 50,000, said 25,000, cool. If investing the 5,000 to 10,000, 20,000 gets you closer to that money goal or it closes the gap on that money goal, would you actually do it? Let me know in the chat. Okay, cool. Cool. I've seen a lot of people say yes. So one of the things I want to do, let me read this really fast. So becoming more effective in less time, chapter 2, and I'm going into confidence. It says the power of believing in yourself. A key factor, and probably the one you need the most in having a powerful mindset, is confidence. Confidence is the quality or state of being certain. Do you feel confident about who you are? When you say you put your money goals in the chat, do you feel confident that you can actually acquire that, obtain this type of money? Put the answers in the chat. Money is just paper. Put the answer in the chat. And for real, you have to really feel confident. It can't be a pretend thing. You can't pretend. So it says confidence is the quality or state of being certain, a state of trust in yourself and others. Do you trust yourself? A lot of times in relationships, the reason why we have trust issues, put a 1 in the chat if you got trust issues in relationship. Please don't lie to yourself. This is only going to help you. Be honest. Now, if you have trust issues, typically the trust issues it's not stemming from other people. It's stemming from us, stemming from self. Put follow if you follow me. Put follow if you follow me. You might have trust issues from someone else because of the lack of trust you have within yourself. You might tell a person, no, let's not do that because you don't trust how you would react with what that situation is. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Do I have to get super raw on this? Because I don't want to go there. But let's continue reading. It says, trusting yourself doesn't come easy for most people, but if practiced daily, it becomes developed just like a mindset. Mindset is the GPS to your success. Are we following right now? Your mindset is the GPS to success. If you are not confident in anything that you do, you will not have the confident results. If you are confident in what you do, you might not even know how to do it fully. You will sure get some type of confident results. That's just for sure. But here's some things, right? So confident people act in certain ways. Among others, they will admit when they're wrong. They refrain from critical judgment when discussing personal success. They usually mention people who helped them along the way. They take criticism, but remain certain of their worth. So it's okay for us to have a mentor. Your mentor must have a mentor. It's okay for us to learn from someone else, whether they're younger, older, whatever, how you like to look at it, it's okay to learn. So also, they know how to accept compliments without judgment, without feeling shame. Like if someone says hello to you, you look amazing. Some of us might respond, yeah, but my shoes are not that great. You know how we deflect a little bit? So the idea is to have confidence in everything that you do. And as we start to realize, we must have this attitude of gratitude and operate honestly. The other factor is believing that they are the director, the producer, and the star of their own movie. You are the director, the producer, the star of your own movie. See, but you might have a program that you've been running that's outdated. Let me know in the chat if you do things right now, it's a little bit outdated. It's a little bit outdated. Like you've been doing something that hasn't been working. It's like, the thing that's outdated is not believing in social media. Like you're probably still one of those people. Yeah, I don't really get on social media. Well, let me tell you, that's outdated. The reason why that's outdated is because we're living in an internet-based world. where in reality, a lot of your money is on the internet. A lot of your money is just digital currency. So we have to ask ourselves, which level of confidence are we operating with? Are we operating with the supreme confidence, knowing that we are supreme beings? Are we operating with the confidence, knowing that we can create? See, which operating system do you have? Do you have Android? Do you have iOS? Let me know in the chat. Which operating system do you have? Okay. Do you update your systems? So which system do we need to update? Aside from the phone, which systems do we need to update? We need to update the mindset. We need to update the heart. We need to update the way that we do, the beliefs. We need to update. Somebody put update in the chat. That's the reason why we were doing the guided meditations, to give everybody those downloads so they can get the update. Some of us got it. Some of us didn't do it. Some of us got it. So we're working, we're moving. So let me tell you a quick story before I get on the whiteboard. Before I get on the whiteboard, I'm gonna show y'all that video. But the thing that I did was this. I had moved from New York City, and I had hired some movers. They came, they moved all of my stuff. They moved to Pennsylvania. And for 6 months, I've never stepped foot in my place. So I moved all of my stuff and I just went on the road. And on the road, I was on the road for 6 months. I was in different places and I was just growing and building networks. I was speaking, doing a whole bunch of things. And when I finally get home for the first time, I step foot, it's just chaos because everything is everywhere and I just got to put everything together. I finally put everything together. I get on my computer and I'm thinking, why isn't my computer working the way I need it to work? It's just not working. You ever get on your device and it's just not working, and then a little message pop up on the side and it says, update is available. And I kept hitting the X. And this is probably you. You probably do the same thing. I kept hitting the X and I wasn't updating my software. So what was happening? Let me know in the chat, because we already know. What was happening to me when I didn't update the software? Let me know in the chat, because I know it happened to you. It was running slower. It was glitching, right? It was operating all weird. Yes. And what was I doing? Just like how you know that what you do, what was I doing? Because the more I get to know about myself, the more I get to know about everyone else. We are more alike than we are different. What did you keep? Exactly. I kept ignoring it, right? I was getting frustrated, but ignoring it at the same time. I'm frustrated about it, but I'm ignoring the process. And what do I keep doing? I just keep doing whatever I'm doing on the computer. It's not working. I finally said, bro, it's not working. What I need to do is update the system. I update the system, and I was so nervous about updating the system. Why was I nervous about updating the system? Everybody knows the same answer. I'm telling you right now, and I'm showing you in real time that we are alike. We are more alike than we are different. What happened? Why was I afraid? No, be honest. Forget about change. Be for real. Why was I really afraid to upgrade it? What happens sometimes when you upgrade it? What happens sometimes when you upgrade, it's that it starts changing everything. It starts switching everything up. Now you get lost, and now you feel like, all right, what's happening now? So I feel even more behind, but that wasn't the truth. That was just the way that I was perceiving it. That was me having a bad imagination. That was me having anxiety over a future imagined danger. That was anxiety. That was a bad imagination. What actually happened was I eliminated my frustration. That's what actually happened. So I'm on the computer now and it's working fine. The mouse is moving with no glitches. It's loading. I don't get the little pinwheel. I'm getting my videos played in high definition. You have to update your software. You are getting the same results in life because you keep doing the same things, ignoring the signs that are showing up to you. We think that everything that we don't like is negative. It may not be a negative. It just might be what? Let me know in the chat. It just might be a notification. It may not be negative. We have to see negatives as notifications. You see a negative, oh man, I got bunny rabbits ears hanging out of my pocket because I don't have no money. Okay, cool. That's not a negative. It's a notification. What things do you must do? Which practices should you put in place so that way you have more RGAs, more revenue generating activities versus MWAs, minimum wage activities? Let me know in the chat. Do we find ourselves doing more minimum wage activities than revenue generating activities? Where's the balance? We over here doing the hokey pokey, right? Like, where's the balance? I don't know why hokey pokey came to me, but whatever. I get the point. I get the analogy. So the idea is update your software. Update your software. The biggest software that we're gonna update is our energy, our feeling, the way we feel around things. Let me get this video queued up really fast. I just put it on my new YouTube channel. So let me see if I can grab it. Just put it on here. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna share my screen and we're all gonna see it. Here we go. Let me know if y'all can see the screen.
Yes, we could see it.
All right, awesome.
Take the word currency. It comes from the Latin currere, meaning to run, to flow. That's what money was always meant to be. Movement, energy, circulation. And what happens when your inner wiring is built on lack? You block the flow. You repel money without realizing it. It doesn't matter how smart you are, how hard you grind, how much you want it. And somewhere along the line, it got hijacked. Money stopped being flow and started becoming control. Governments, corporations, institutions, they took what was fluid and froze it, turned energy into shackles. They built a system that looks like freedom, but keeps your soul on a leash. Debt isn't an accident, it's a design. You're told to get an education to succeed, but what you really get is decades of repayment. You trade your time for a paycheck, not to live freely, but to barely survive inside someone else's rules. That's the spell. That's the illusion. And here's the brutal truth. It was never the money that enslaved you. It was how they programmed you to feel about it. The real magic trick wasn't the paper. It was the belief system they baked into your nervous system. The feeling that there's never enough, that you must hustle for permission, that worth equals productivity. But here's what they fear most. If you reclaim your belief, you reclaim your power. Because you were never meant to bow to money. You were meant to use it, a tool. Money is not a god. You were born to flow, not to fear, not to chase, not to grind for the scraps of a system designed to keep you small. Your real job isn't just to make more, it's to escape the trap entirely. To dismantle the invisible architecture in your subconscious that tells you you're only valuable if you're suffering. No, you were built for abundance, and now it's time to return to it. And here's the secret no one teaches you. Money loves movement. It lives in circulation. It dies in fear. When you hoard from panic, you're not protecting your future. You're casting a spell of lack. You're sending one clear, loud signal to the universe. I don't trust the flow. I don't believe more is coming. And the universe? It mirrors that exact frequency back, because this is the law. As within, so without. As above, so below. Your internal state becomes your external bank account. If you feel safe, open, abundant, money flows. If you tighten, hoard, stress, money disappears. Because money isn't just a number. It's current. It's energy in motion. It's called currency for a reason. It was meant to flow. But when you spend with intention, when you give with confidence, when you invest from overflow instead of fear, you flip the switch. You activate flow. Because money isn't meant to be locked in vaults. It's meant to move, to circulate. And the biggest lie they fed you is to save everything, spend nothing, and hold tight on your money. Energetically, that's like holding your breath until you pass out. Money is like oxygen. You inhale, you exhale, you give, you receive. You can't just take, you can't just save. You have to move it. Wealth isn't built by what you keep. It's activated by what you release with trust. Because wealth is not a thing, it's a circuit. And circuits only work when they're open. The moment you open that flow, the system responds.
Right. Hold up. Put some takeaways in the chat. Put some takeaways in the chat. Thoughts on that? Put some takeaways in the chat. I can share that video. That's on my YouTube. I can share that video out in the class. But let's talk about it. Let's actually talk about it. Let's talk about it. Money is meant to be in motion, right? What's the purpose of money? Let me know in the chat. What is the purpose of money? Like, I know somebody got a breakthrough from it. I know somebody had something that they felt like, oh, I didn't think about it like that, but I can relate to it. I feel that. So the biggest thing, what's the biggest takeaway though? What's the biggest takeaway? Energy. Somebody put the word energy in the chat. The biggest takeaway here is energy. Money is derived from energy. Yes, money is a result for the value that you provide, but money is derived from energy. If you believe that you're abundant, you are operating in abundance and you will see it. It's based upon feeling. Feeling is a frequency. What you feel frequently, you see frequently. What you feel within frequency becomes what you see frequently. So if you feel in your frequency that, oh, I'm broke, I don't got it, what you're going to see is that. You're going to see that you don't have it. You're going to see that you're broke. You're going to see that money is tight. Okay? But we must understand the purpose of money. What is money? Let me know in the chat. What is money? Put money in the chat. What is money? What is money? Money is a resource, it's a tool. Somebody said it's paper, it's currency, it's whatever you want. Money is backed by what? Money is backed by what? Money is backed by belief. It's not backed by gold, it's not backed by value, it's not backed by anything but belief. The only reason why money works is because people believe it. Like the reason why monopoly money doesn't work is because people don't believe in monopoly money. They're gonna call that fake money and don't accept it. But what's the difference from monopoly money and Bitcoin? What's the difference? The difference is belief. When you look at this word, the root word of money is mo. The root word of money is mo. Not more money. Yes, we want more money. We want more money, but remember, more money, more problems. But the idea is mo. What does mo mean? When you look it up in the dictionary, you find a definition of mo. Mo is motion. So by default, you're meant to put money in motion. Money is meant to be in motion. Money is meant to be moved. See, what is motion? When we talked about it, we said it's what? What's another word for motion? Energy. We said another word for motion is energy. You must have a certain level of energy. You must have a certain level of motion. See, nowadays we call clout motion. We call, like, think about it. You get paid from, how much people know you. What's your motion about? What's your energy like? You walk in a room, you can feel somebody's vibes. What is your vibe? What is the way you operate? What is your energy? When you think about energy, it's coming from the inner you, right? So your inner G, your inner genius, your inner gut, your gut feeling, right? Your energy. So when you think about it, it's saying what? Your energy comes in waves. Think about how powerful your energy is. If you are amazing and you can do amazing things, but if your energy is just not there, it kind of feels like your power gets zapped a little bit, right? Like if you just don't have enough energy, then guess what? You're not as powerful as you once felt. So your energy comes in waves. And we said that. We know this. We know money comes and goes, right? Let me do that better. So energy comes in waves. You ever see like the Wi-Fi? All of this stuff is free and all of this stuff you have access to already, but you pay for how it's packaged. So Wi-Fi and electricity is all around us already. It already exists. It's not something that was created by humans. It already exists, but it can be harnessed by the power of technology. Money comes in waves. So there's going to be times where you have money that's a little bit down, so you don't have a lot of it, and then you have money where it's up, so you got a lot of it. So it's going to come in waves. Now, depending on how you give out, it depends and dictates what comes back to you. Make sense? Okay, good. All right, so we know that it comes back to us, it's coming in waves. So when we think about it, when it's coming into waves, right? What's another word for waves? So as we know, it's coming in waves, going up and down. It is also, that could be known as current, right? The current. So when we think about current, we think about currency. When you think about a bank, it's a river bank, right? Currency. Money is meant to be moved. Money is meant to be moved. Where would you move the money? Where would you move the money? Let me know in the chat. Where would you move the money? There's something called PPTs. So you would naturally move the money in PPTs. If you want to change your noun, you must change your nouns. Hold on real quick. PPTs. Nouns. If you want to change your noun, you must change your nouns. Your people, places, and things. People, places, and things. Which people, places, and things, PPTs, people, places, things, do you invest your money in? Let me know. Let's go. Which people do you invest your money in? A lot of times we're giving out money to family and friends who would never give the money back. That's a negative place to put your money. You won't see the money come back in return. The money will be stopped there. You put your money into your kids, a lot of times the money that goes to your kids is going to be stopped money too. So we don't count that, okay? We don't count that. That doesn't count as money that is circulated. That counts as money that's stopped. So let's be honest about that. I know your kids probably doing amazing things in the world, but just understand the fundamentals of this. What type of people do you put your money into? So if you have a business, you will hire help. If you have opportunities, you might do mentorship, right? You might join. Well, Joy is going to give you an opportunity to join her program to stay in this community for a little bit longer than 5 days. That's an opportunity right there. And you take the mentorship. This is how you keep the money moving. All right, cool. What's another place that you put your money in? I mean, what's another, what other people do you put your money in? So we have employees, right? Hire employees. Now, what about the places? What type of places? Real estate. What else? What type of places? What type of places do you put your money into? Business. What other type of places? This is how you keep the money going. Land. That's how you keep the money going. What else do we have? Coaching, right? Mentorship. So now we get to the things. So remember, look, we're going in order because a lot of times we're not aware of which belongs in which categories. So when we say people, you know, IULs or real estate or life insurance does not go into the people category. So now we go into the things, right? The things that you can get an IUL, you get life insurance now. That's a thing. What type of thing do you put your money in? Okay, stocks. Okay, what else? Systems, when you buy software for your business. So now we could clearly see the things that we put our money into, but how many of us are buying weed packs? I know you gotta look good, but how many of us are buying weed pack? Let me know in the chat. Like, come on. Like, so if you're buying clothes, the reason why clothes would stop the money flow is because it doesn't give you anything back. But if you bought clothes because you are running your own business and your clothes have your logos on it or you're selling clothes, then it can circulate the money back. But if you're just buying clothes just to buy clothes, then guess what? You're stopping your money. Anything that you buy that you don't get a return off of, you are stopping the flow of money. It doesn't mean everything that you spend you will get a return of, but you want to get more return than you don't get a return. Make sense? You want to get more return than you don't get. All right, so people, places, and things. So the idea is to start to change where you spend. Start to change your mind around money, to rewire your mind when it comes to thinking. So let's rewire our mind when it comes to debt. When it comes to debt, what are you thinking about when it comes to debt? Like, what is debt? What is debt? Let me know in the chat. What is debt? Let me know in the chat. Let me see what y'all put in the chat. Borrowing. Okay, cool. What else? What else? What is debt? Something you choose to pay over time. Okay. What is debt? Money that has to be returned. Okay. So there's good debt and bad debt. So let's start getting acquainted with the good debt and the bad debt. So what are some things that are considered bad debt? First of all, debt is a tool used to create more money. Let's just make sure that's very clear. I'm gonna put this out here right now. I'll put this out here right now so that we all are on the same page. First of all, tell me what debt is. Now that we know debt is a tool to create more money. That's what debt is. Debt is a tool used to create more money. Now, what is good debt or bad debt? So now that we realize, all right, cool, what debt is, we need to now identify what's good debt and bad debt. So we have something called good debt versus bad debt. So when you think about it, they all told us to go out and live the American dream and get that one family house that some of us, we truly want. We want that one family house, and we get that mortgage for 30 years, and we look at the root word in mortgage, and it has the word more. Death. So this, by the time you die, you might not even own your own house. Think about it. You don't spend all these years paying for this house, you don't even own it. Now, there's nothing wrong with owning a house, but there's other strategies around it. Like you can get a house and you can get a multi-family, and then you can have multiple tenants in it, but even that is still risky. What's less riskier is creating an opportunity to purchase commercial real estate. Now, when it turns in terms to debt, you might do something like seller financing. That's good debt. This is good debt that you're in. Commercial property seller financing, right? What else is bad debt? Another piece of bad debt could be time wasting, because money is time for a lot of us, right? We trade a lot of time for money. So if you're wasting time, then you're wasting money. So bad debt, think about it this way. When you first get hired in a job, you are indebted already with the money. You don't get paid for the first 2 to 3 weeks. Money is already debt, right? So by the time you get paid on that third week or that second week, you already did all the work already, and that's money that was owed to you from a long time ago now. So time wasted. Instead of time wasting, you want to spend your time creating. So a lot of us are scrolling on social media. But what about if you were posting your videos on social media and you got a client out of it and you made an extra couple dollars, or you got a friend out of it, you made a business bestie? These things are very important. So some of these old outdated ways that they have taught us, we have to rewire our brains when it comes to this. We have to update our software when it comes to what debt is, because debt has been plagued in our communities for so long because we have been misusing it based upon the people who've been teaching us how to use it. So debt has an equal component that could be bad or good. Everything in this world can have both, either good or bad usage. It just depends on the way that you use it. Student loan debt is bad debt. You end up getting a student loan to go get a degree. By the time you finish the degree, you don't even get a job in the degree. So now you're working behind the 8 ball just to manage the bills from the degree. Does anybody see the trap? If you see it, put trap in the chat. So what they tell you to do, they tell you get your credit up, and you do it, and you do a great job of getting your credit. But then beautiful things happen when the sun is out. So you start using your credit for personal purchases. That's bad debt. You start using your credit card to go on vacations. That's bad debt. When we first started, we started out with business funding group. We had a lot of business funding clients. We had some friends, some family. So people came in as business funding clients. We got them business funding. We set them up. They got the big bag. What happened? What do you think happened a month later, 2 months later? 2 months later, they call us back. Hey, man, I effed up. I messed up the bag. What happened? What'd you do? I took my girl out on vacation. Yeah, come on. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Some of y'all got that pandemic money. What you do with it? What you do with it? What you do with the pandemics that you got? Yeah, it was a pandemic. What happened? What happened is you bought a bunch of stuff and it turned into bills. Bad debt. Bills are bad debt. I'm not saying don't pay your bills. I'm saying limit the amount of bills that you accumulate. This is all bad debt. You want to start to use your business cards because credit is good, right? Some people say cash is king. Some people say credit is king. It's all part of the board to me. So when you use your credit card, you want to use your business credit card for purchases. Why? Because you get cash back on these business cards, these credit points, and you can start adding these points for free trips or free other things. Like for me, I got clothes out of it that I used to promote my business and brand that allowed me to bring in some clients. So that was cool there. Also, it allowed me to pay for masterminds. When I spent $10,000, I usually like to tell this story because I've joined other mentorships and I've gotten information and I was able to apply that information and make money and do things. But I use these two stories mainly because I met people and the people I did business with, and then we made money together, which is more phenomenal than just me, using a strategy to collect cash or whatever, or to help someone. So I invested into the Circle CEOs mentorship, $10,000. They say, hey, 15,000, you paid 10,000 up front, and that's all it's gonna cost you. I said, all right, cool. I paid $10,000 inside the mastermind. Inside that mastermind, I met a person. She invited me out to another mastermind that I paid $10,000 for. And these were not on the list. These were not, usually you have a budget or you have some sort of idea of where you're spending your money. These two things were spontaneous because I was at the place. When I did it, I met somebody inside this mentorship. We ran a program together, made $60,000. Okay. Then I met another person in that from that other mentorship, which was actually the mentor. I met the mentor and I worked with the mentor, and now I've been hosting and doing his events and helping him grow his community, all because I invested $10,000. I don't even understand, like, I would have never thought that this would happen because the way I invested it, I wasn't even thinking this far, but I ended up making $80,000 with him off these two investments. Like, think about that. I'm not getting that on this. I'm really probably spending $10,000. Let's just be real here. On vacations. So you see the difference where when you can spend your money at masterminds, social masterminds, or you can spend your money going on vacations and want to post your stuff on social media to get likes and follows. So there's something that's fundamental that must happen within all of us. Right. Also, yeah, down here, hiring a team, right? So hiring a team is also good debt because what you're doing, you could do this. This is a play for everybody. So on Monday, I believe we got a lot of you credit cards, business cards. What you could do with the business card, instead of spending the money on other things that you might not need, you will use the money to hire a VA. You could literally get $20,000 and hire a VA, and now you have a whole salary for the year. So, but guess what? It's $25,000 on the line on that card, but you're only paying them each month. So you're paying them to help you bring in more money. So essentially they're paying themselves. Essentially the business is running themselves. And this is how these companies keep making money. They hire, they hire, they hire, they hire. So a lot of times you're doing it on your own. So therefore you don't make as much money as you want. You don't collect as much money as you want to collect. How much time do I have? I think I ran out of time. So can I get about 10 more minutes of your time or what? Let me know. Y'all want to wrap up or get 10 more minutes of your time? Put the word 10 in the chat or put the number 10 in the chat. So the idea here is to renovate, innovate, collaborate. Write that down. Renovate, innovate, collaborate. one of my mentors, coaches, Myron Golden, he talks about this 4 levels of value, 4 levels of impact. And I have to add to this, right? So the highest level of value is imagination. Everything is created in the mind first. The person that creates the idea, uses the imagination to create the idea, usually has a lot more money than any other positions and have a lot more impact. So the person who creates the idea. All right. And then we have the person that communicates the idea. They might make a little bit less than the person who created the idea, but they still have a lot impact. And then you have the people who unify the idea, to bring people together, to manage, right? They make a little bit more than the implementer, and they have a little bit more impact. But they are trading their time for money. So they only have 20% of their time to enjoy themselves. This may be you. And they have to work 80% of the time. See, the key aspect over here is they get 80% of their time, 80 to 100, depending on what level you're at. And they only have to work 20% of the time. There's this rule, 80-20 rule. Somebody know about the 80-20 rule? Let me know in the chat. 80-20. 80% of your results, 80% of your results are going to come from 20% of the efforts. So if you have 10 people that work in your company, literally 2 of them are going to produce 80%. You ever worked in a group project and you already know, like if you're not the best idea maker on that group project, you're probably sitting in the background doing 10% of the work, right? Not doing a lot. Let's be honest here. And if you are one of those people who are studious and say, hey, I'm going to lead the team, then you know that you're probably doing the most work in the group. Like, let's just be honest here. You can't fade that. So 80-20 rule is in effect always, and it's always in effect in your life. There's something that you do right now that are minimum wage activities when you can be doing RGAs, which is revenue generating activities. Okay? You got to choose which one is it. So you should be writing this down. Which things do you do right now that are minimum wage activities that you could pay somebody else to do? Which one are you doing right now? Are you directly affecting income with your activity right now? So not only is this RIC method the 4 levels of value, but it's also a blueprint. This is also the 4 ways you can help people. You can help people through imagination. You can help people through imagination. You can help people through implementation. You can help people through communicating, and you can help people by unifying. These are all roles, but they all have value to the roles. The person who created Uber, right? The person who created Uber. This is the person that used their imagination. The person that delivers Uber or drives Uber, right? If you deliver Uber Eats or you drive for Uber, you're the one that's implementing. By default, you are, and we all are in agreement with this, that they deserve the least amount of money, the least amount of money. Okay, they get the least amount of money. When you get your Uber delivery, your Uber Eats, you tip the person about $5, if that. Okay, so you already agreed to this. You already know. So don't be acting weird when you're at the corporate world and you're not getting paid. You feel overworked and underpaid, but all you're doing is implementing, and all you want to do is come in on time and leave before time. Make sense? Then you realize that you're getting exactly what you value, what your value is. So you might be complaining at the corporate world saying, hey, I'm not getting paid my worth. Somebody put it in the chat if you feel that way. If you feel like you're not getting paid your worth, you feel overworked and underpaid. Let me know in the chat. If you feel overworked and underpaid, that means you're doing more of this. And you're doing less of RGAs. You're doing more MWAs and less of RGAs. So the more minimum wage activities, you get paid minimum wage salary. Okay? So in order for you to start getting your worth, you must start to be a better employee. So not only is this the 4 levels of value, the 4 ways you can help somebody, this is also your roadmap to success to create and move up that corporate ladder. So when you start as a person who's implementing, you want to be able to move up to the person that can unify. This is where you get your promotion. But you don't want to stop there. You want to be able to be the person that communicate the idea and ultimately be the person that can have the imagination. A lot of attorneys get wealthy because of this model. They don't get wealthy because they stayed at the implementation. They start to build their own practice. When they build their own practice, they hire people. So not only is this the roadmap for you to get to be happy, to be successful, this is also a roadmap of roles. So these are roles. So in these positions right here, they all get paid a certain level of salary. So right here, you might be making anywhere from 0 to 80,000. See, but remember, you don't have a lot of time. Your time is spread. And if you got a significant other, if you only have 20% of your time, you got a significant other, let's slash that in half, you only got 10%. But let's not forget, some of us are 40, 30, 50, 60, 70. We got children. So you slash that in half, you really only get 5%. How many of us feel like they got 5% of their time? Let me know in the chat. How many of us feel like they only get 5% of their time? Somebody said 2.5. Somebody said, I don't have time. Somebody said, I'm negative. So that's because you just spend much time implementing it. Once again, all of these roles are needed roles. So please don't feel offended by any of this. This is just literally a roadmap for your success. The key thing that we must do is be able to first assess. You need to assess your life. So assess, assign, align. Remember this? Assess, assign, align, right? So you must assess your life. What are you doing in your life? At the implementation stage, that's what you're getting paid to do. You're getting a to-do list and you're assessing the to-do list and then you're implementing on the to-do list. But what you need to do is to move up another level is you need to now give yourself assignments. I'm going to come into work early. I'm going to bring the donuts and the fruit. Like, I mean, I used to bring donuts before, I stopped eating all that stuff. And I used to be the one at the coffee, what do we call it? The water cooler. That's what we call it. We got the coffee maker over there. And I used to be the one that would bring everybody together. The employers seen this, they saw it, they say, okay, cool. Hey, look, I want to invite you to come with me to my billiards tournament. I'm like, wait, what? Billiards tournament? Yeah, come on, just come out with us. And I started building that relationship with the president of the company. And then from there, it taught me something that I just need to be in alignment. See, before I was just acting as a regular employee. I was acting as a regular employee. But then I started being in alignment with who I am. I'm not just a regular employee. I'm the best of the best. So when I show up, I'm showing out. So yes, I'm bringing ideas to the meeting. I'm texting my president, letting them know, hey, look, what about if we did this? So now they're letting me create the pitch decks for the books, for their books. And I realized they're making $5 million this year. And I'm only getting 50,000. So you mean to tell me I'm good enough to put y'all books together? I'm good enough to unify everybody, but I'm only gonna get 50,000 of that? And when I see what I take home as far as net, I'm only getting 35, 38. Okay, New York, come on, I need to do better. So I said, okay, cool. I'm in alignment with everything. I'm acting this way. I'm acting like the communicator. I'm acting like the unifier, but I'm not getting paid like it. Something must change. I had to renovate. Innovate. Collaborate. Renovate, innovate, collaborate. In order to get to this top level, okay? So what did I do? At the implementation stage, I had to renovate how I was operating. So for you, if you are a business employee, if you are an entrepreneur right now, you have to renovate the way you're operating. See, you're not doing enough. You must do a little more. You're just not doing enough. Somebody put into the chat, I'm not doing enough. Somebody put in the chat, I'm not doing enough. So you must do a little bit more. I'm getting ready to close up, y'all. So you must do a little bit more. You must renovate how you operate. I'm getting to work early. Okay, cool. If you are an entrepreneur, this is what I need you to do. I'm following up with my clients ahead of time. I'm sending out emails before they ask about the links. I'm getting ahead of it. I'm not doing enough. I say, you know what? I need to change the way that I operate. So when I change the way that I operate, and now I'm getting things done early. So what I'm doing is I'm forcing my employers to give me more work. I'm forcing them. I'm forcing the progress. I'm getting things done early. Let me just show you something. How many of us know that we spend 8 hours at the job, but we really only need 4 to 5 hours to do the work? The other 3 hours, we're just hanging around finding something else to do. So I forced them to hire me in a new position. Why? Because I innovated. I gave them my work early, uptime. I renovated who I was. I'm giving them my work early. I'm unifying the teams. I'm getting everybody pumped. I'm walking from room to room, from office to office, making sure people are good. I'm bringing in little special gifts for individuals. I'm doing the extra. Somebody put extra in the chat. A lot of us want to have extraordinary lives. We want to have extraordinary lives, but we just don't want to do the extra. We just want to do the ordinary and get paid extra. Like, what type of world do we live in? Where's the scam at? You still confused about manifesting. You want to do the ordinary. You want to do the ordinary and get paid extra. No, in order to have extraordinary lives, you must do the extra. When I said become more effective in less time, it wasn't about doing less. It was about doing more with the time that you have. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Hold on now. Is he making sense? Is he making sense? I don't know. Let us know. And then finally, I had to collaborate. I said, you know what? I'm doing all of this at the job and I'm collecting these badges of expertise. You know what I need to do? And if you're at the corporate world and you just want an extra couple dollars, then what you need to do is just collaborate in a higher way. But if you want to ascend and be the person that creates the imagination, that creates the thing that moves the needle, then you must collaborate with other people to bring that about. So what I started doing was, I started saying, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to build with people outside of the work so that way I can have my time and freedom because I'm still bound by the clock. I don't want to be bound by the clock, but I have these skills. So you might have skills already. It's time for you to collaborate. So if I can get 5 more minutes of your time, let me know in the chat. I'll keep going, but I should be done by now. But I'm just letting y'all know. If you have to leave, leave. Please leave. If you have to leave, please leave. I think you got enough if you need to leave. But I'm gonna be done really quick. Be done really quick. So you need to collaborate. You have to renovate, innovate, collaborate. When you look at Joy, Joy is not staying the same. She's collaborating. When you look at me, I'm not staying the same. I'm collaborating. We already renovated. We already innovated. Now we need to collaborate. That's why we're working together. Right? You have to keep working with other people. You can't just be working for yourself. If you have a job and that's it, you get paid one salary, that's enough for one person, and then you split it up with 3 or 4 or 5 other people. No wonder why you feel like you don't have the money. Makes sense? You need to be doing more. Okay? And whatever your experience is, so in mentorship, we'll teach you the roadmap, right? So you will learn how to get funded for your business. You'll get 25,000. Some of y'all got 20K the other night. You get 25,000 from 4 banks. Somebody put some banks in the chat. You get 25,000 from 4 banks. It'll get you to 100K. So you get 100K faster than your job could pay you or quicker than you can save it. So now you have this debt. What do you do with the debt? Okay, cool. We teach you how to get funded, teach you how to use your LLC. So you have your LLC. But what you could do is this. You could now put your money in places where your money works for you. So not only could you get an LLC and have, this operate for you under your funding, you get funded with your LLC, but what you could do with this money is you can get an IUL. Right? And I know we talk about this a little bit. You'll learn more about this later. But you can put your money life insurance policy. Now, this is just me showing you something. And you can get your life insurance policy. It could cost you about $50,000 that year. So you might be negative 50,000, but it's a free IUL policy. Okay, cool. Cool, that's fine. What you could do now is you could teach other people how you did what it is that you do. So whatever it is that you do, that you overcame, that you've been able to break down, maybe you beat abusive relationships, right? So whatever your story is, maybe you overcame abusive relationships. So I'm gonna show you how to overcome abusive relationships, build a business from your story, get funded, and show you how to get a free IUL policy. All I'm gonna do is charge you $5,000. Why? Because this information will change your life forever. I'm gonna teach you how to use your story to make money and then be able to get a free life insurance policy, and then show you how to do the same process, a step and repeat. Okay? So you can charge 5K. How many clients do you need to get this 50K back? 10. 10 clients out of 12 months, I think that's doable. Y'all let me know. Is that doable? You learn how to get yourself out that situation. Okay, I think this is doable. In fact, this is what everybody is doing, right? This is what your mentor is doing. Your mentor learned how to do something. Your mentor learned how to achieve something. Whatever it is that you learn how to achieve. Maybe it is for you is speaking well. Maybe for you is creative arts. Maybe for you is building websites. Your story might be different, but every mentor has done this. They figured out their story. They figured out the message within their mess. You must figure out the message in your mess. Give yourself the assignment. And then from there, what you can do is you can get funded, you can do whatever it is you want to do, build your business systems, but then you can teach people exactly what you've done. In your mentorship, this is what's going to happen to you. You're going to come into the mentorship, you're going to learn how to get your business together, then you're going to learn what to do, what not to do, where to put your money, how to protect it, and then you can go and you can offer your experience to other people. That's what any and every business is. Somebody created, like let's say, let's talk about the Uber, right? So even with Uber renovated, innovated, collaborated. So with their story, they renovated what? Which industry did Uber renovate? What was Uber's story? They renovated what? Which industry? Which industry did Uber renovate? Transportation, right? So taxi limousine service. So they want to give you a better taxi limousine service. So that's what they figured out how to do. Okay, so what did they do? They said, all right, cool, let's leverage it. Let's help other people get money. So then they hire other people. And they hire other people, and now they show you how to actually do it. It may not be an IUL, they don't have to have IUL, but it's the same process. Renovate, innovate, collaborate. So what they did was they renovated the transportation service. They innovated by putting their own spin and twist on it. They said, you know what? In the past, people used to get taxi cabs and be able to jump out the taxi cab and don't pay the taxi cab. Taxi cab got to go pop the trunk on people and get the money back or whatever, or hunt them down. Now, there's been cases where maybe the taxi driver has done something inappropriate to maybe the passenger, right? Maybe you taking a passenger, picking up a woman, takes her to this place where it's like, I've never been down this road, but I've always get taxi cabs. So this is sketchy. So now she's freaked out. She gets out the cab, whatever. She's scared, called 911. They eliminated all of that. They say, you know what? You can see your driver. You know what? You can see your passenger. That was the innovation. And then they collaborated. They said, you know what? You can make money. You all can make money using what I taught you all. And that's being an Uber driver. And now they make a lot of money selling the same thing that they just figured out how to do. The same thing they figured out how to do, they sell it to people. When you figure out how to get past your current situation, you can sell it to somebody. This has always been the thing. This has always been what's been happening. With apprenticeship, with anything, this has always been the way. This is not new information. It's just that you now have the opportunity to do it yourself and change your situation. Do we have a money problem? I don't think we have a money problem. We have access to money. Do we have an idea problem? I don't think we have an idea problem. We know what we are capable of doing. We know the story. Do we have a business problem? No, we have the mentors. We have the community. The issue that we are facing is we need to update our software. we're running outdated code on a new program. Like you're a new person with new goals, but you're running outdated code. You're running outdated code. All right, so let me get back to, you must update your software. You must update your software. Let me know, was this helpful for anyone? I'll take about 2 hands real quick before we go. We're gonna have a sharp close at 10. I do apologize if I made y'all stay a little bit longer than you wanted to. But if your hand is not raised to give this share, you might as well take it down because we're only gonna have time to this. If y'all want, I could go live and y'all can share there, but I want to be respectful to everybody's time here. I do want to be respectful to everybody's time. So let's take 2 hands, Sunshine, before we run out of time, because Hey, there she go. What's going on? Chia.
Hi,
What's
everybody.
happening?
Morning. Oh, it was extremely helpful, man. I got a slew of notes right here, man. I just like, it was great. I gotta go back to this. I think the most thing I got out of is, how to organize my debt better. The bad debt and the good debt. Work on that good debt on my commercial side and stuff like that. That's what I got the most out of it. And like you said, and hiring people, that's a new concept right there for me. Now I know my friend, she got her little business and she told me I hired 9 people. I'm like, how the hell she hired 9 people? And I'm listening to you. Now I know how she hired.
You got it. Okay, you got it.
So she's paying them minimum wage, just like you said. Just like you said. I was like, okay, all right, but hey, I appreciate you so much. I'm learning so much, and I think I owe you $1,000 from yesterday and today too.
Nah, you're good. Take that one from me. Take that one on me.
Look how you. But I learned a lot from you. I'm learning a lot. It's like I'm be honest, it's a little bit overwhelming because there's a lot of packed in everything, but I'm getting it. I'm really getting it. And just thank you so much for this. And the collaboration, the RIC, I'm definitely going to start using that, the RIC.
Absolutely. And don't worry, if y'all remind me on Friday, I give everybody a free copy to how to use the RIC method so that way y'all can leverage that, okay? If you just remind me on Friday, please, I'll give that to everybody. All right, cool. Everybody send some love in the chat for Tachia. Let's bring one more person up and then we have to close because unfortunately, I have to stick to these obligations. I'm over time here. But I'll go live and there's no restraints there. I'll go live. But who do we have? Who do we have up? Let's bring them up. Somebody smart. They took a screenshot of what was going on the screen. Good job. All right, what's going on, Queen?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. You gave a lot of information today, a lot, and a lot of it was helpful. The 2 things that stuck out to me is you used a phrase. You said my mindset. You said our mindset, but I put my mindset is the GPS to my success, and I thought like that hit. I thought that was absolutely amazing because we all use a GPS for something to find our way if we're in an area where we're not familiar. And right now, running a business, starting a business, and understanding the whole mechanics of creating a solid foundation for a business, that's new for me. That's new territory. So I'm having to change the way I think so that I can be led in the correct direction. And I thought that really stood out to me. And another thing that stood out was, like the previous lady said, I had tons of notes, was if I want to change my nouns, I need to change my nows. And that was like, that caught me because like you said, giving money to family and friends, that's something that you will probably never get back regardless as to what they're doing with it. And so changing where my money is going kind of got me. And understanding that my money needs to go in directions that it's going to return something that's going to be profitable for me. And so I thought those two things really stood out for me to kind of help me go in the correct direction when creating my business and making sure that it's successful.
Absolutely. And it will be. It will be. And also just don't lean on your own mindset. We never do. It's not just healthy to just lean on your own mindset. It's also healthy to have the experts, right? Because you can move a lot faster. But always remember this, everybody. Mentorship costs, but mistakes cost more. Which one do you want? It's just real simple. We don't want to sell you on anything. We want you to sell yourself. Like, we want the people who feel like this is what they need and then they execute. Because one thing that we don't want is we don't want to just take your money. That's not what we're here for. There's other ways. If we wanted to be those type of people, we could. This is something about love, connectivity, and financial prosperity. So we believe in the power of humanity, but we want everyone to show up and be shining their light and be powerful in it. So shout out to you, Angela. We appreciate you 100%. I am going to go live if y'all want. I'll go live just for time constraints, we cannot stay on this call. Sunshine, can you take my link, put it inside of the chat? Can you take my Instagram link, put it inside the chat? And remember, we have 2 more days. And remember, we have class tonight too. So we're going to keep going up. Every day, we're going to go up a new level. We're going to give you a lot of information. It is designed this way. Take as much as you can. You don't need everything, but take the pieces that you do need. Okay? Take the pieces that you do need. Cool, makes sense. Everybody makes sense. Send some love in the chat for Angela if you haven't already. All right, cool. So I'm getting ready to close this up. I will be going live. I don't know if Sunshine is on anymore. I didn't see the link in the chat. But if you do,
from my phone.
Okay, cool. You can also just use my handle that's in the name. See my name right there? Where is it? Yeah, right there. The handle right there has the name. Cool. We're out of time, unfortunately, everybody. This was amazing for me. Hopefully it was amazing for you as well. If this was powerful, if this was impactful in any way, I want you to go put your takeaways in the Telegram chat. Go put your biggest takeaways in the Telegram chat. I want you to come off of mute. I want you to snap it up, clap it up. The hands that we didn't get to, tomorrow will be the first ones up, and we'll get to your hands as well, okay? All right, let's have everybody come off of mute. Have everybody come off of mute. Snap it up, clap it up for you. Let's go out there and be amazing. Class tonight. Y'all already know the vibe.
All right. Thank you so
Yes.
much.
Yes.
Thank you so much. It was amazing.
Yes.
Amazing. Amazing.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Phenomenal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Everybody be blessed.
Great day,
Stay
everyone.
blessed.
See you guys.
Bless. See everybody
Yes.
tonight.
Stay blessed. Have a great day. It's a good day to have a great day.
Bye.
It's a good day
to have a great day.
Yes.
Absolutely. Good day for a great day. Y'all go out there and be special. I'll see y'all later. Peace, love, and beautiful energy. You did that.